Hi everybody, this is Stefanie Eris. Thank you so much for coming to play today. Today we're going to play in an open flow, so get yourself settled with a mat if you have one. I have some blocks here for support. You're welcome to use them or not. Anything, you can grab some books if that makes it easier for you. Anything you have around the house, but enjoy, settle in. So take a moment to close your eyes, or if that's not feeling right, you can soften your focus on one single point on the floor or the wall ahead of you. Either way, begin to turn your attention inward. Start to notice how you feel. Feel the weight of your body on the floor, clothing on your skin wrapped around your flesh, and your flesh wrapped around your bones. Now, can you start to feel inwardly inside of your body? Notice how your body expands and contracts to accommodate your breath. Notice where you might feel some tension, some clutter, where you feel spacious. Settle into the rhythm of your natural breath and let that be enough for the moment. Join your palms in prayer and bow your lips towards your fingertips. Set your intention or dedication for your practice. Take a sweet breath in and a gentle breath out. Softly open your eyes. Interlace your fingers, press your palms together, and start to circle your wrists a bit. And then circle the other way. And flip your palms forward, bend your elbows, and then flip your fingernails forward. Bend and flip, bend and flip, like you're pumping from your heart out to your palms. Then flip those palms forward, send them up to the sky, and take a massive breath in. As you exhale, round your spine, pull the belly in and press your palms away. Really nice. 2 more like this. Inhale, palms up. And exhale, round back. Once more, palms up, inhale. Now this time, bend your elbows wide to the sides. Slide your fingers to your shoulder heads and trace circles with your elbows. Just trying to warm up our joints. Move as you breathe. And can you let the breath fuel the movement so nothing is too pushed or too forced? Spin around the other way. And then drop your palms down to your knees and begin to circle your spine. Churn from the belly. Let your head, your heart be free to move. And as you're ready, turn the other way. You can move as quickly or as slowly as you'd like, as long as you're aware of your movements. That's the most important thing. And then roll yourself up to center. I'm going to turn to face the front of my mat. Plant your palms behind you. Take your feet about mat width apart or so. Flex your feet and start to windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Just like we did with the shoulders and the wrists, just waking up the joints and warming them up. Let the knees fall over to the right and twist around towards the back of your space. Take a long breath in. And a deep breath out. And as you're ready, you might spiral around just a bit more sweetly. Nothing forced. Be nice. Come back to center. Plant your palms behind you. You're going to cross your right ankle over your left thigh like an ankle to knee. Flex that foot and sit up as tall as you can. It's easy to kind of round into the lower back here. Try to get yourself as propped up as you can. If this is feeling like a lot, you can always scooch away and give yourself some space. You can always scooch a little closer to make things a little deeper. A couple of long, deep breaths here. Can you shrug your shoulders out of your ears and press your chest out high? One more breath. And then extend your leg long out in front of you. Take the other guy out in front of you as well. And then circle your ankles around a little bit. Circle the other way. And once again, you'll bend your knees, plant your feet mat width apart, and windshield wiper from side to side. You want to feel how your thighs internally rotate and externally rotate. See where the range of motion is. And then drop your knees to the left, take a little twist towards the back. Try to get yourself relatively stacked. Head over ribs over pelvis. Take an inhale. And with your exhale, draw your belly in. Support your spine. And twist just a little deeper if it feels sweet to you. Spin around, face the front of your mat, cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Sit up as tall as you can. Flex that foot. Use the inhale if you can to help the heart lift a little higher. The exhale just to sustain. Take another deep breath in right here. And let it go. Extend that left leg long. Extend the right leg long, and then once again, roll out your feet. Maybe your thighs roll around too. Your shoulders can get involved. Doesn't have to always be pretty. Okay. And cross your ankles and roll your way up to all fours. You want to get a nice base for yourself, so relatively wrists under shoulders, knees under hips is a good place to start. As you inhale, draw your heart forward. Belly melt, and the eyes gaze forward. As you exhale, curl the tail under around the spine and let the flexion ripple all the way over the back until the top of the head hangs. Take a deep inhale, tip the tailbone up, and let the back leg roll the entirety of the spine. As you exhale, curl the tail under and let the flexion of the spine just ripple, ripple, ripple over your head. A few more rounds like this on your own. You're always welcome to add on little circles in the ribs. You can circle this whole thing. And as you're ready, grip your fingers, tuck your toes, open your chest, take an inhale. As you exhale, lift the knees, flip your seat up and back, downward facing dog. Priority in down dog is the spine, so let the knees be soft. Tip the booty up so that your spine can be more free to traction out of your pelvis. Then from there, let's play with the feet. Climb to the balls of your feet. Bend one knee, drop the opposite heel. Try that again. Inhale, rise all the way up. And then exhale, drop the heel, bend the opposite knee. Pedal it out on your own. Few deep, easy breaths. Eventually, you'll settle into something like stillness and down dog, even though it's quite dynamic with your breath. So take an inhale, push the floor away. Feel that lift the inner thighs all the way up towards the sky. And as you exhale, take all of that upward energy and ground it down. Spread your toes and let your heels yearn for the earth. They probably won't make it there. Maybe they never should. They should always be kind of yearning. As you inhale, roll forward to a plank pose. Grip the floor with your fingertips. Firm your abs around the spine. You can always drop your knees to the floor to give yourself a little bit of support. Take an inhale. As you exhale, bend your elbows lower all the way down to the ground. Point your toes, wrap your shoulder blades back. Easy low cobra, take an inhale. As you exhale, release all the way to the floor. Do that 2 more times. Shoulders back, elbows in, lift your heart, inhale. And exhale, release. 1 more time, inhale. And exhale, release. Tuck your toes under. Push back to a little moment in child's pose with your toes tucked. Feel the length, feel the space, how grounded you are. You can always come back here. As you're ready, climb your way back up to all fours and push back to your down dog. Lift your right foot up towards the sky with your inhale. As you exhale, step your right foot all the way forward between your hands. Drop your back knee down to the floor. Lift your arms up and over your head. Take an inhale. Circle your arms back and around as you exhale. Tuck your back toes, lift the back knee, and step up to the front of your mat. Half lift as you inhale. Soften forward as you exhale. You might bend your knees a little bit. Let it be easy. Round your way all the way up to stand, one vertebra at a time. A high prayer with your inhale. Prayer to your heart as you exhale. Inhale, send that prayer to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Step your right foot back, drop that knee down to the floor. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, lift both arms up and overhead, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, release your hands back down to the ground. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, step back. Down dog as you exhale. Plank pose, breathe in. You can always drop your knees. Exhale all the way down to the floor. Cobra with your inhale. And a downward facing dog as you exhale. Lift your left foot with your in-breath. Step through as you exhale. Drop the back knee. Lift your arms up high and inhale. Exhale, release your hands down. Tuck the back toes. Lift the knee. Breathe in. Exhale, step forward to the front of your mat. Half lift, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Soften those knees. Roll up to stand, one vertebra at a time. High prayer with your inhale. Prayer to chest, exhale. Inhale, high prayer. Exhale, fold forward. Left foot back, drop the knee. Inhale, lift those arms up high. Exhale, release your hands back down to the floor. Lift the back knee up. Downward facing dog. Plank pose, breathe in. With or without your knees, lower down, breathe out. Cobra as you inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Now walk your hands back to your feet. Soften those knees a little bit. And interlace your hands behind your lower back. Wrap those shoulder blades together. Lift your chest and bend your knees. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Again, like that, bend the knees. Lift the chest. Inhale. And exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale. This time I'm going to join the palms in prayer. Shift weight into the right foot. Left heel lifts. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Ankle to knee in chair pose. You might sit back and down a little bit. Sit. Step the left foot down. Come all the way to stand. High prayer. Breathe in. Exhale, right back to chair. Feel your weight transfer to the left as you lift your right heel. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Maybe sit back a little bit. Step the right foot down, come all the way up, high prayer. Breathe in. Exhale, fold forward all the way back down to the ground. You can shake that out a little bit. Half lift as you inhale. And fold forward as you exhale. Walk your hands forward, downward facing dog. You can flow through a full vinyasa here. I'm, as usual, being gentle on myself, and I'm not going to take as many vinyasas as you, probably. Lift your right foot up as you inhale. Bend that knee and open up your hip as you exhale. We extend the knee and square your hips. Step your right foot forward between your hands. Drop your back heel and cartwheel your arms all the way up and open to warrior two. Inhale, straighten your legs, send the arms up high. And then exhale, bend that front knee, reach away. Two more like that. Inhale to rise. And exhale to reach. Flip your right palm up, tip all the way back. Peaceful warrior. Take a massive breath in. Straighten your front leg. Parallel your feet. Take an inhale. Exhale, circle all the way down to the ground. As you plant your right palm down, twist your chest open to the left. You might need to be up on fingertips or on a block. That's okay. Be here. So you spin your chest open. You might reach your left hand towards the sky. Take a strong inhale. Exhale, release that hand down. We're going to turn the toes out a little bit and sway side to side, Skandasana. You might flex your opposite heel up off, ball of the foot up off the floor. And then glide it the other way, and heel stays heavy, spine stays low. And slide it over to the left. And slide it over to the right. Turn on back to face the front of your mat. Step back to plank and breathe in. Exhale, chaturanga, or all the way down. Cobra as you inhale, or your up dog. And downward facing dog as you exhale. Take a long breath in. And let it go. Lift your left foot as you inhale. Then that knee, open up your hip. Extend the legs, square the hips, and step your left foot through. Drop your back heel, cartwheel your arms open to a warrior two. Stabilize the pelvis in between your asymmetrical thighs. Get long in the spine, spacious across your heart. Inhale, straighten your legs, lift your arms up high. And then exhale, lunge. Two more like that. Now take a peaceful warrior, left arm up and over your head. Straighten that left leg. Turn your toes into parallel and breathe into that side body. Take an inhale. Exhale, circle your left hand down to the ground. You might want to block. Take your right hand to the back of your pelvis. Ground those feet and begin to twist your heart to the back of your mat. You might lift your arm up to the sky. This left hip is going to want to dip. Try to lift the left side of your pelvis up as much as possible so you get a bit more stability. Then release that right hand down. Turn your toes out just a bit. Skandasana. Maybe the heel lifts up if you'd like this time. Go a little deeper into the inner thighs. And then slide it over the other way. And to the left. And to the right. And the next time you hit the left side, turn back to the front of the room and step to plank. Take an inhale. Lower down as you exhale. Cobra or up dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. We're going to pause in child's pose. Drop your knees to the floor, sit down. If you prefer to just sit up for a moment, that's fine too. Take a breath. Now, if you're still in child's pose, roll your way up to sit. Tent your fingertips behind you. Roll your shoulder blades back and lift your heart. You might lift your hips up off your heels. Take a deep breath in. And a deeper breath out. Drop your seat back down. Climb your palms forward. Push back to your downward facing dog. Lift your right leg as you inhale. Bend the knee and open the hip as you exhale. You might shift your weight forward and carefully flip that dog upside down to your rock star. Flip it back over, maybe a little hop, down dog split. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Drop the back heel, Virabhadrasana 2. One time, straight legs, arms up. And exhale, reach away. Flip your palms, hit back, peaceful warrior. Straighten that front leg, lift way up and add that waist. Now open the arms, the pelvis is going to shift back as this thigh bone plugs deeper back. Stay longer and longer and longer until you're in your triangle pose. You might wrap that left arm behind your back in a half bind. Now in binds, typically we look up. I find that creates a little bit more kind of congestion for me, so I like to look down. Okay, we'll take this left arm all the way back up and over the head. Take an inhale. Exhale, your right toes turn in, spin to center. Fold forward, prasarita. You might wiggle side to side a little here. If you'd like, you can clasp your hands behind your back. I like to start off by drawing the shoulder blades together. And then let gravity do its thing. And eventually there might be a moment where you let go of the muscle engagement and just let everything smush. So it's like you're getting a little shoulder massage from your shoulder blades on the inside. Okay, then slide your fingers down to the floor, take a flat back inhale. Exhale, turn towards that front leg again, and you'll walk that front foot wide for a lizard lunge. Drop the back knee down, point the back toes. And we're just gonna chill with this right arm on this right knee. Point those back toes. Feel like you can melt the top of the left thigh into the floor. You might even end up on your elbow here. Just kind of a chill, loungy lizard pose. For anyone who wants more, you can push on this knee and give it a little twist. You might even bend your back knee and catch that back foot. I'm going to stay right here. Eventually, you'll climb your way up to your hands, swing the right knee back to meet the left, and chill in child's pose or sit up tall. If you prefer vinyasa, you're more than welcome to throw that in here. Like I said, I'm being kind of gentle on myself. Okay, again, downward facing dog. Plant your palms, send your seat up to the sky. It's the left leg that lifts. Breathe in. Bend that knee and open up the hip. You can stay here or lean forward, drop your left foot, and send that top arm up and over for your rock star. You'll flip it back around, down dog split. Breathe in. Exhale, step through, warrior two. Inhale, straighten your leg with both arms up. And then exhale, reach away. Okay, I'm going to do this on my left side so you can see me from the front and not the back view. Flip your palm up, tip back, peaceful warrior. You'll straighten that front leg, lift up and out of that hip. Inhale, rise tall. The pelvis is going to shift back as the front thigh bone plugs into the socket. Trikonasana. Barely any weight in your left fingertips. You might half bind this arm behind your back. Again, place your head where it feels comfortable, not where it feels strained. Drag the inner thighs towards each other. And unravel your right arm up and over your head. Take a massive breath. As you exhale, turn to center. Whew. Take a moment and let yourself fold. Now, there's many options I can give you here. Some of you have tripod headstand practices. If you feel safe to do that at home without a teacher, you're free. If you'd like to take another prasarita, you can interlace your hands, catch your big toes in yogi toe lock, walk your hands out in front of you, walk your hands through. You might even start to play some straddle splits, walking your feet a little bit wider and a little bit wider and a little bit wider. If you want to take the hamstrings out of the equation, take your knees to the floor, flex your feet, and open your knees wide. This is frog pose. Try not to have your pelvis forward in front of your knees. You want your hips and your knees relatively lined up if that's possible. And take 5 easy breaths here. This is not my favorite pose. And you take your time easing your way up and easing your way out. We're going to meet back up in prasarita. Take another breath as you're ready. We're going to make our way back towards the left foot for this loungy lizard pose. So drop your back knee. Make sure your front foot is on the outside of your mat so you have space. You can just rest your left elbow on your left knee or thigh. Plant the top of the back foot deep into the floor. You can even really engage the muscles of that whole leg as you let it melt towards the ground. Perhaps you add on a little twist. You can drop to your elbow. You can catch the back foot. Okay, so you're ready, slide that left leg back. Again, feel free to flow through your vinyasa, take a child's pose, or just pause for a moment. Now, if you are in a flow, as you're ready, drop your knees, sit back on your heels, and come on up to sit. Tension the fingertips behind you. Roll your shoulder blades back and lift your chest. You might lift your hips up. Take an inhale. And let it go. Slowly release your hips, walk your hands forward, and push back to down dog. Last little trick here. You're gonna walk your hands back to your feet. The flat back and inhale. Fold forward as you exhale. Easy chair pose, bend your knees, send your arms overhead. Exhale, hands to prayer at your heart. We've been here, ready? Step on the right foot, lift the left heel. Cross the ankle over the thigh. Maybe sit for a moment, get your center of gravity. Then take your left hand to your left ankle and slowly, slowly slide your foot up to your inner thigh. Press your foot into your thigh into your foot. Feel your toes on the floor. Maybe you fall, and that's okay because life is unstable these days. If you're feeling unstable like me, you can always just have your toe on the floor. Hands to heart. It's not always about how pretty it looks or how deep it is, but it feels steady. In these scary times, sometimes what we need is stability, safety, and that's enough. Right, as you're ready, step that left foot to the floor, lift your arms up high, and exhale, fold forward. Flat back, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Chair, bend your knees, lift your arms, inhale. Hands to heart as you exhale. Shift your weight into your left foot, and the right ankle crosses over the left thigh. You can always stay here, or slide your foot up to tree. Maybe one side's more stable than the other. Hands to prayer. Your arms might lift up. As you're ready, step that right foot to the floor and dive forward. Flat back, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Walk your hands out to a plank pose. Feel free to flow through the vinyasa or right back to down dog. Lift your right leg up as you inhale. Pigeon pose as you exhale. Slide the right knee behind the right wrist. Swing your foot out to the left a little bit, and then slide your left leg way back behind you. Square your back hips forward. So for a lot of us, we sit in our right hip, and these left toes want to turn out. Try to get yourself up and over your pelvis, even if that means you need a little bit of support from the prop underneath you. That's fine. If there's anything going on in that knee or in your hip where pigeon doesn't feel right, you can cross your ankles and fold forward, or you can take pigeon variation lying on your back. Okay? Take a moment. Once you've chosen the shape that you're going to be in, commit yourself to a couple of deep breaths there. And just because you're not moving so much at this point, can you still feel the dynamic move with your breath? Kind of the fluctuation of your body as it kind of dances with the breath. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders, lift your heart. You might want a moment of the back bend here. You can bend the back knee, reach back for the back foot. There are all different fancy ways of playing with the bind. Feel free to take them. You release your foot, plant your palms, and step back to the downward facing dog. Pedal out. Lift your left foot as you inhale and slide that pigeon through. Drop the back knee, give any support that you might need, and certainly if you prefer the variations, you can take those as well. So our bodies are pretty asymmetrical. My right side you saw kind of backed off a little bit. It wasn't in it as deep. That's just the side that's always been a little bit different than the left side. There's many reasons why that I won't get into now. But yeah, you'll just notice that sometimes you can go deeper on one side than the other. One side might be more flexible. The other side might be a bit more stable. Just be where you are and breathe where it feels sweet. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders, press yourself up. If you try that little back bend on the other side, you could bend the back knee and catch your back foot if you'd like it. Release the foot if you have it. You'll swing that front leg around. Plant your feet. Extend your arms. Take an inhale. Actually, grab a block. If you have one, put it between your hands. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll down slowly. Slowly press your hands against the blocks. Your feet will get light. It's all about the core. And then send that block all the way up and over your head. Big reach, big reach. And then bring it back up to the sky. Walk your feet a little bit closer towards you and place that block between your inner thighs. Now you plant your palms on the floor beside you. Ground your feet, spread your toes. As you push down into the floor, lift your hips up. Grab onto the edges of your mat and use that to tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. And then you can feel like you're trying to pull that mat down and out from underneath you. And this is the feeling we're looking for when we say shoulder blades. You tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. Think of hugging the thighs around the block. Puff the chest up. And then slowly scoot your arms out and roll down one vertebra at a time. Take your hands to your belly. Soften your eyes and take a moment to breathe. Okay, bridge pose number 2. Plant your feet. This time you can grab the edges of the mat like we did the first time, or you can interlace your hands behind your back. So let's lift the hips. And if you are going for the hands interlaced, I want you to feel, can you actually get your shoulder blades underneath you like you did with the mat? Or are you still kind of scooching your arms out and it's hard to gather the shoulder blades? Well, if that's the case, lose the hand grasp, hold your mat, and come back to that first variation, okay? Sometimes you need to give yourself a little bit of space to find the depth. And as you're ready, release your hands and roll yourself down. Take your hands to your belly, simply breathe. Now take that block, lift up your hips, and slide the block underneath the back wall of your pelvis. That's your sacrum. It's above the tip of the tailbone, but below the natural curve of your lower back. You can have it on the low setting, middle setting, or high setting, and then see if you can find that same shoulder blade tuck like we did earlier. Neck is long, but at ease. This is a great shape to open up the front of the hips. Get your heart higher than your head. Feel free to lift your feet. Even just having your knees up feels nice, but you can certainly extend the legs long. You might notice your breath slowing down. It's okay. Just stay aware of it. As you're ready, plant one foot down and then the other. Slide your block out from underneath you. Roll your hips to the floor. And open your arms wide. Just windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Now, keep your knees dropped on the right side. Lift up your head and look at your left knee. I'm going to try to get that knee in line with your left hip, so you could scooch everything to the left a little bit. So it's a deep internal rotation of that left thigh. To weigh on it a little bit more, I might cross my ankle, my right ankle, over the left thigh and weigh it down. If there's any pain whatsoever, get out of this, and you can even just take your regular supine twist instead. Have a little bit of action between the ankle and the thigh engaging against each other. So there's still some muscular engagement here. You're not just flopping in. So then come back through center. Hop the left foot to center. Hips are nice and square. And you'll pick your left foot up off the floor. No grabbing yet. Flex your feet. Press your ankle against your thigh and your thigh against your ankle. And maybe you stir this thing around a little bit. And maybe go the other way. And come back to center. Option, you can reach your arms through, catch the back of your left thigh. You might catch the front of your shin. If you're super open here, you can take your opposite foot and stack your shins so you're in a double pigeon, just reclined. You can hold on to your feet, or you can reach your arms through. Slowly release your left foot down and your right foot down. Take your hands on top of your thighs and then push your thighs away from you. Like you could get your hands right into the crease and push everything away. Hop your feet wide, mat width apart, and one more time, windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Keep the knees on this left side. Scooch the right foot to the right a little bit so that knee is in line with your hip. And you can cross your left ankle over. I'm engaging my glutes a little bit here. Try not to just plop into the floor, so there's a little bit of abdominal work as well. Just a little bit. And hop this back to center. Lift your right foot off the floor. Before you go grabbing for anything, no hands. Press your ankle against your thigh and let that action help you with the turnout. And then press your right thigh against your left ankle so that you get some resistance. And you can circle it around. Circle the other way. Pause. You can catch hold of behind the thigh, over the shin. Maybe turn out your right leg, the bottom leg, reach through. And you have your double pigeon, your ankle to knee. And as you're ready, release. Step your right foot down. Step your left foot down. One more time, hands to the front of the thighs, right into those hip creases. Push, you're tractioning everything out like you could push your pelvis off of your spine. Last little thing, lift your legs way up high. Catch hold of opposite wrists behind your knees. For some of you, your knees might be bent and you might stay here and that's enough. You might extend the legs and stay here. If you want to add on more, slide your hands up towards your ankles and fold yourself in half. until you can imagine that your legs are parallel with the ceiling and floor. Try to reach your tail away from your toes so that you're not rounding so much of your back, but you're actually looking for length. Slowly unwind as you're ready. Let your feet. Extend your legs long out in front of you. Flip your palms open. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. Soften the palms. Let the feet flop out to the sides. And certainly if Shavasana is not your most comfortable pose, you can end your practice with me in a comfortable seat, or in child's pose, or in any position that feels right for you. Take a couple of minutes to soak it up. And clench your jaw. Relax the belly of your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Soften behind your eyes, between your brows. Relax the tips of your shoulders, your elbows. Relax your wrists, palms, your fingertips. Relax your hips, your knees, your ankles, and your toes. Soften the tip of your tailbone, center of your pelvis, center of your belly, center of your chest. Relax the center of your throat, the midbrain, the space between your ears. Soften the crown of your head, the entirety of your body. Let yourself rest in awareness, totally alive and totally at ease. You're welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. Thank you so much.